Mizoram broke the hearts of Meghalaya's thousands of fans but elated their own by winning the final match 2-1 in the Under-21 men's football competition at the second Northeast Olympic Games 2022 at the MFA Turf Polo Ground in Shillong today. After a goalless but thrilling first half, Rolupui scored in the 54th minute for Mizoram, followed by Malsom Longa in the 80th. Orestewel Langxiang pulled the goal back 7 minutes later for the hosts, but they could not find another. Chief Minister Conrad Sangma presented the medal to champions Mizoram. In a wonderful display of sportsmanship by Mizoram, during the silver medal presentation by Sports Minister Bante Dorlingdor to Team Meghalaya, winners Mizoram gave the guard of honor to Meghalaya as they proceeded to receive the runners-up trophy. Former footballer and Mauplang MLA Eugene Sanlingdor presented the bronze medal to Manipur. In the women's under-17 football competition, Manipur backed goal by beating Arunachal Pradesh 4-0. Winner of the Golden Boot, Loktam S. Devi of Manipur, had to be carried to the podium due to injuries sustained during the intense match.
Match between Mizoram and Meghalaya. Unfortunately, Meghalaya was on the losing side today. But we saw that, in the spirit of the game was played well. You being a footballer, former footballer who represented the nation, what is your thought on this entire game?
I personally feel it's a very, very good platform given to all the athletes of the various disciplines that were displayed throughout the Northeast Olympics. I think this is something that will encourage, will obviously motivate the youths of the region to, hone their talents.
But do you think like these kind of platforms will allow more sports person superstars even like yourself to come up like in the near future? Do you see more Eugenes coming up from the state?
What we lack is platforms. So if there are platforms every year, I think there's something to look forward to for all the athletes. So there's preparation time, there's a timetable that can be planned for them, and then obviously their performance can increase. And obviously what is important is something to look forward to, especially for an athlete.
But we also saw that Meghalaya, did quite well as compared to the first, edition of the this Northeast Olympics. So, what is your take on that, Ba?
I think I would have to give credit to the Meghalaya Games, because the Meghalaya Games had just happened months before, and obviously it gave a platform. Like I said, it gave a platform for the kids, and obviously having different platforms, it gives kids the time. Like I said, the timetable, the routine that they can prepare, and then obviously now we see with the medal tally that Meghalaya has got in this Olympics, it just shows that obviously when there's a calendar for everything, things can be planned, and obviously we can see results.
Right. My second last question to you, Ba, what can the government do more in terms of the platform plus the infrastructure, like you said earlier?
What we need is a lot of thing at the grassroots level. When it either comes to the coaching, when it comes to development side, because what we need right now is grassroots. If we can teach the kids right from the age of 8, 9, 10, by the time they are 16, 17, 18, they would have vast experience and knowledge about the sport, and obviously it would take our state forward when it comes to sports.
My final question to you, Ba, what is your message to these young sportsmen, these sports persons who are participating in these kind of games, even who end up in the losing side? What is your message to them?
My message is clear. I think it's important that for those who have won to keep going, because it does not stop here. You need to develop yourself so that you can do better. And those who didn't win a medal, I think it's time to understand what they lack and try to get themselves better, train better on what they lack, and so that they can obviously have the potential of getting a medal in the next games.
Thank you so much. Sports Minister of Meghalaya, Ba Bante Dorlingdo. So, sir, we just witnessed a thrilling match between between Meghalaya and Mizoram. So it was a very thrilling match. Unfortunately, Meghalaya lost. What do you think about this entire Northeast Olympics so far? And today's, in fact, the closing ceremony. So, what do you think about the entire Northeast Olympics of second edition?
No, actually, see, first of all, I would like to thank God. Because without God, we will not be able to to organize this game in such a way, which I must say it's a successful game, which everybody from across the state and across the northeastern state and across the country, they have witnessed this beautiful second Northeast Olympic game, and overall I'll tell you, this is a beginning for our state, and I believe because we are preparing for the national game. Right. So I hope and I believe with with years to come, definitely at least they will win more medal.
But we also saw that this year we are celebrating the 50 years of statehood and 75 years of the Indian independence. So do you see the potential of especially this region, Northeast region, and our state, so that in the coming times we'll have more Olympians in the near future?
Definitely, because see, I'll tell you, the powerhouse of the sports, it's from the Northeast. You see the Manipur, Assam, Arunachal, and other states which they have compete in this game. It's a very tough. It's not easy, and from now on, I think even the government of India also, they have to look to the Northeast to get the more sports athletes, at the same time also to become Olympian. That is I think a future of the sports overall of the Northeast.
But my final question to you, what do you think of this entire situation? Like, this entire games that you all organize. So, do you think that in the near future you'll be able to, you'll have more infrastructure so that more sports can be included, and you'll have this Northeast Olympics again out here, so that youths will come up and more Olympians will get more Olympians from this region.
Yeah, see, I'll tell you. This is second Olympics we organize because we need to organize this for the sakes of our athletes, for the sakes of our youth, and for the betterment of our state. So now you know better. I think you have seen across the state the infrastructure is the work is in progress. So maybe 2 years down the line we can organize some more game. I mean this Olympic, Northeast Olympic also we can organize again, no problem. But some more discipline, because this time only 12 venue. Maybe next time we'll have some more venue, because JN Complex by the end of another 2 years I think it will be ready. Another venue also it will be ready. Then I hope that more discipline, it will be more advantage for our youth and more advantage for the athletes of across the Northeast.
Thank you so much for talking to me.
The medal ceremony for the sports discipline of tennis in the Northeast Olympic Games 2022 was held at the Shillong Club today. Meghalaya Assembly Commissioner and Secretary and Meghalaya Tennis Association President Dr. Andrew Simons presented the trophy to winners of the men's team competition, Team Manipur. Meanwhile, Team Mizoram grabbed the silver and Team Nagaland won the bronze in the men's team competition.
In silver we have Nandini. Next silver we have Shankar Heishnam and Joshua Thiam from Manipur. And in gold we have Mannan Nath and Jigyashwan Hazarika from Assam.
Many of them are going tomorrow, but I'll just stay.
Soto Khoury, Nagaland. One more round of applause, please. A huge round of applause, please, especially for our girls from Meghalaya. We hope to see many more in the future.
Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tensong on Tuesday informed that sanction has been accorded for repair work of roads across Shillong City.
It needs urgent repairs, sir.
Yeah.
So will the government be
Yes, Yes,
taking that?
yes. That, in fact, just few days back we have accorded sanction. We wanted to make sure that the road in Shillong is tipped up. So within few weeks from now, we will start repairing and all.
Speaking on the Shillong Western Bypass, the Deputy Chief Minister said that process of land acquisition is ongoing.
See, the process is long because we are being guided by the Land Acquisition Act. So right now the DC has already notified few sections. So it is still on the on the progress of all those issues. So DC Shillong is taking care of this, and most likely, as I said to you, from HITC also, they have already deposited few amount, but now the assessment is still on the job. So I'm sure maybe very soon they'll be able to complete the land acquisition process.
Trinamool Congress Legislature Party Leader and Leader of Opposition Dr. Mukul Sangma on Tuesday accused the MDA government of promoting favoritism in the selection process of vendors operating at the Indo-Bangla border hut. Speaking at a block-level meeting held at Rajabala, West Garo Hills district, the leader of opposition said that the government has formed a committee to select people who can conduct businesses in huts and claimed that only relatives or associates of the ruling dispensation were given necessary permission to operate. Responding to a query regarding the health department's preparedness to deal with the ongoing pandemic in view of election rallies, Principal Secretary, Health and Family Welfare Department Sampat Kumar opined that the public by this stage are now fully aware of how to handle COVID-19.
Generally, this is elections is a subject matter of Election Commission of India. There are already a particular set of standard operating procedures are there, so we'll follow them. Yeah, and as I said, we do actually have all those measures, like all those whatever the guidelines, and we definitely, I think now I think it's a time now where citizens are aware of what are their responsibilities, and they also know a lot about the COVID, what how to deal with it. Suppose if somebody is having COVID like symptoms, so they naturally they are protecting themselves from their own family members. So there is a kind of a more of a it has become a more like a I would say an endemic kind of a disease, in the sense like where how to handle. Suppose if you get a fever, how actually families would handle. So now actually a stage has come where people should able to handle in such way. There is a lot of efforts are being done by the education department, and schools, and the deputy commissioners are doing that one. It's going on. It's an ongoing exercise. But as I mentioned, like if you ask me whether are we putting a drive on that one, the way actually, because now that we are in a position where actually we can see, and how actually things are happening, accordingly we will take measures, because we need to take a calibrated measures. We can't do things or push things in such a way that which would actually cause unnecessary anxiety.
On immunization of children for various diseases, the Principal Secretary said that vaccines are being provided at village level every month.
This again regarding child immunization, this was a very important parameter, because through immunization we can prevent a lot of infant and child deaths. Because for example, I'll give an example of one case somewhere it happened in Garo Hills, where some few children died of diarrhea. So when we went to see that one, those children have not taken the vaccination, which is actually called rotavirus. There is a vaccine which actually prevents diarrhea. So vaccination prevents a lot of such diseases. So there are different kinds of vaccines, almost like 20 different vaccines are given during the first 1 year period of time to the child. So when they're born, there are certain vaccines are given, like BCG, and all these vaccines are very, very important, because if those vaccines are taken, they are prevented from other that's why actually we could able to bring down a lot of diseases, like right from measles to smallpox and so many other diseases that we could able to bring down because of this vaccination program. So coming to do the vaccination, so there was again the state has put in a serious effort on that one to really sensitize, understand. Now the vaccines are provided at the village level. Every month our vaccinator goes to the village on a particular date. Every month, every village, almost like 6,400 villages every month. Vaccinator is that ANMs carry the vaccination, and they give vaccine to all the children. Basically they have a list like which child should get what vaccine. So that exercise we are monitoring very closely. Earlier it used to be about 54%, now it has become 91%, so it's almost like a double. So it's the reason is that like providing the services to the doorstep of the people.
Principal Secretary, Health and Family Welfare Department Sampat Kumar said that the department has received good suggestions from the public and civil societies on the draft Meghalaya State Mental Health Policy. He said that the draft is now being finalized and will be placed before the cabinet soon.
You all aware the state has brought state health policy in 2021, and thereafter state is really working very focused way. What are the important elements? For example, how to improve maternal and child health. A lot of focus is given. the state government also brought Chief Minister's Safe Motherhood Scheme, especially to give additional support to the high-risk pregnant mothers, to save their lives. In fact, that we could see the results also. There is a lot of support and a lot of people. The uptake is there. Earlier, our institutional deliveries used to be about 50%. Now it has gone to 62%. So today we had a review with all the districts. So there is a significant improvement is happening because we have a policy, and we articulated that we need to increase the lifespan of the people of Meghalaya. So that to facilitate that, when you require to work on it, at a different levels, one, you need to focus a lot on preventive measures, not only the curative measures. Mostly, our efforts used to be the curative measures. Now we need to talk a lot about the preventive measures. For example, tobacco is something that is a consumption that has to be reduced. Now about 10,000 schools actually we have identified, and where they've been made as a tobacco free educational institutions. So this is, again, we have an app that monitors whether anybody is selling tobacco near the schools or not. So a lot of that preventive measures are also very important when we wanted to address the cancer or any other disease. So these things are happening. Similarly, maternal and child related things, you need a lot of awareness about immunization uptake has to increase. If your immunization uptake increases, automatically a lot of reduction would happen. These are all the preventive measures. Immunization is a preventive measure. State also has brought early childhood development mission. Idea is that that's the period where the brain of the children grows fully. So the plasticity, they call neuroplasticity. The neuroplasticity is really good during that period, and also during the adolescent period. So we are focusing on that early childhood period, so that the children's the cognitive capacity, their entire executive functioning skills will improve significantly, so that their school readiness would be very good. So their when they go to the schools, their participation in the schools, their learning outcomes would be significantly very high. So these are the steps that are being taken as part of that implementation of the state health policy.
Sora MLA Gavin M. Milliam on Tuesday inaugurated a lay-by market and viewpoint at Umdiang Pork Village under Khatashnang Light Kro CNRD block. The project has been funded under the Pradhan Mantri Khanij Kshetra Kalyan Yojana and the Chief Minister's Special Development Fund at Rs 69,56,200. In his address, the legislator stated that the market has been constructed in a way that it functions as a tourist spot as well.
Balai ngilashna ya ka market committee kadon na ka jingmot barka jingmot ka ba hakmat do kalong ba ngem kwa bakani ka jing IT ka jongi hang ni singi bomanta kan chikut no da ka hakatu ka lesi ka chikut no kumtu hare ka jing angnut ka barka jing thrang ka jong ka bangi so thu na ka wi ka pot se ka wi pat kumang juang bantei ya ka no ka jing tei ka basuk wan igi scheme kaleng saudong lesi na kinong mi khmat lesi na ki scheme of pher jong sarkar yo bante hande ka kham kong sane kalong ka maintenance lani ka jing pinyai ne ya kani ka yo rahat kani ke eke ba na kalyang ka jong ila persang ban ye thele tai hagba ila per khatjanga bangi dan kam ban form no ya kata ka market committee. Pekani ka market committee la yo ban form hapo ka chairmanship jong executive engineer jong tnar pildi haga jo por ka jing dot rikat lang bar kiwe ki noilam snong kom ki khot jong kani ka market committee banakalyang ka jong ken tujur bai kani ka market committee hi onak la simti nado kani singi bomenta kini persang ban penyai bai ya renti khnang bakanong ka jingmentoi
Via Twitter, Chief Minister Conrad Sangma informed that Ribhoi Police and East Jaintia Hills Police nabbed 2 gold smugglers today and recovered 2.34 kgs of gold biscuits worth Rs 1.5 crores concealed in a specially designed shaper. The Chief Minister also informed that cash amounting to Rs 10.89 lakhs was also seized from their possession.